Hello, good day. Are my eyes a little red? Hello, good day. Bonjour, good day. Is there like some type of filter on this? Why does it look so like that? Ooh, oh Lord. Ooh, ooh. All right. Yeah, I'm just playing with these filters. None of these work. Let's just not do a filter. All right. What's going on, everybody? It is me, Timmésha Burgess, creator of this here Fireside Chats for Global Women, because turning pain into power is sexy. And I look tired because I feel very low energy, very, very low energy. I realize when the weather starts to change, I start to feel a little bit like that. I wish I had, let me see if this thing will work. Sometimes I don't like putting this up here, but anyway, I am coming live today because I've been watching a series of videos on YouTube from just different folks. I won't say any names, but just different folks in the political arena who have their opinions and their perspectives about femininity, feminist movements, feminism. And I am coming to give my 2 cents to those of you who are subscribed here. Thank you so much for being here. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you didn't feel guided to be here. So thank you. I'm glad that what I share resonates with you on a deeper level. To those of you who have not subscribed here yet, what the hell are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll know if this is for you. I won't even have to ask you to subscribe. You will know. Let's see what else. Let's get right into it. So, what the hell is feminism? What the bleep is feminism? People have been throwing this term around quite often. There's been a misconception, in my opinion, about what feminists or feminist movements are and what it's all about and where it stemmed from. People are using the word feminist out of context, and I'm not going to be here long. I just kind of want to just kind of touch on some things. I did a short reel, but I couldn't get out everything I wanted to say in 60 seconds. I did my best, but I just wanted to go live really quickly. What the hell or what the bleep is feminism or feminists? And why are people using the term out of context? I found that people are using this term as a way to dismiss men, as a way to disassociate men from women. You know, people are constantly creating these divides between men and women, constantly creating these divides as it relates to our skin color, as it relates to our sex, as it relates to people's sexuality. There's all these constant divides that's going on because people don't read, number one. People don't take the time to define things for themselves. You know, I find myself looking up words that I know, but I still look them up because I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's another, some other definition that I haven't taken into consideration that I don't know about. I mean, generally we know the definitions of terms that we use, but I think it's really important that we still sit down and define terms, look them up, even when we think we've got them figured out. And one of those terms would be feminists, who they are, and what they believe in. So feminism, the feminist movement, derived obviously in a time where we can talk about the women's suffrage. And now that I'm doing this live, these people want to make all this noise with the grass. I mean, I guess you got to take care of what you got to take care of, but they've been out here since this morning. There's no grass. It's just leaves. Anyway, let's keep going. Won't be distracted. But obviously derived during a time that we may have called the women's suffrage. Feminism or feminist movement had nothing to do with dispelling or getting rid of men, and everything to do with women and their minds and their bodies, wanting to be heard, wanting to be respected, wanting to be seen. Feminists knows, nor do they want to, nor do they not want to do it without men. Feminism has nothing to do with dismissing men. It knows that it's an infinite part of the same whole. And so for people to think that feminism dispels the male perspective are sadly mistaken and need to pick up a book and read. Look up the word feminist for yourself. It has nothing to do with getting rid of men or getting rid of the male perspective. Feminism is exactly, generally speaking, is exactly what it says it is. It is the fight for women's rights, women autonomy over their bodies, okay, pro-choice type of stuff, mental health type of stuff that women go through that men may or may not understand because they don't have the same physiological makeup. But feminists still have the support of men, whether it be their husbands, whether it be their brothers, whether it be their fathers, their uncles, whomever. People really need to quit destroying the meaning of what feminist or the feminism movement or the feminist movement was created to do and what it was created for. What I found is a lot of our sisters in the LGBTQIA communities, a lot of angry women have taken the term and have drug it through the mud. And so now people, when they hear feminism or they say, if they see a woman that is fighting for rights, they say, oh, she's a feminist, get rid of her. Oh, she's a feminist, she's against men. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be very, very, very raw here. And I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. But I found the people that who have drugged the idea of feminism or feminist movements through the mud are of the LGBTQTIA movement. A lot of angry women who are angry at men have used the feminist lens to portray their ideas into the world. Now, clearly, I have nothing against LGBTQIA communities. I'm just going to say LGBT communities. Law, who is engaged to my sister, who I love very much, and I dare anybody to mess with her. Okay. But what I found just on my journey is that people who have taken the feminist definition have used it incorrectly. Somebody says, so feminism is being used incorrectly by angry women. Yes. 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 There are some angry women who are using feminism incorrectly. Yes, they're dragging the name through the mud. They are misdefining it. They're not defining it. It is incorrectly defined. People are not educated on it. People who are using the word feminism or who are saying that they're feminist, a lot of them haven't really looked up the word to know what it means. And so I found that, yes, there are quite a bit of angry women who are throwing the term feminism or that they're feminists around. And so when you see them out here protesting or marching, you think that they're for all women's rights, but or equality, but you find that their agendas are actually quite selfish. It's not for all women. It's just for the women that they believe in. For example, I've gone to protests. I've been a part of marches, and a lot of protests and marches that I've participated in were made up of a lot of women, and a lot of these women are of the LGBTQIA communities. And I'm not saying every woman who are part of these communities are angry at men, but a majority of these women are LGBTQ, and so they have a misconception about what feminism or feminists are all about. Yes, you may see some angry women out there protesting who are against women because they are of these communities. And so I think we really need to not try to clump all women in the same boat of feminism. There's some of us who our agendas aren't the same. Our definitions aren't the same. Like, you see the kind of stuff I talk about here on Fireside Chats. I mean, I did a video that said most of the problems in the world are our fault as women, right? of course, I probably get a lot of angry responses from women, but most of the problems in the world, I say, are our fault as women. Number one, because we are the ones who keep giving birth to ain't shit type of people. That was my definition. That's my philosophy, and that's my perspective. And so in that case, I do strongly support pro-choice. In the case where you are a woman who's really not ready to be a mother, and you find yourself on the verge, or on the precipice of an unwanted or unplanned pregnancy, you should be able to have the decision to say if you're ready for that or not. Okay. Thank you for your comment, Larry. So anyway, and again, I'll repeat it for those of you who didn't see Larry's comment. The question was, so feminism is being used incorrectly by angry women? Yes. In a lot of cases that I've seen, yes. It's been used by women who think that feminism means the absence of men, and that's not what it is at all. Feminism about knowing and recognizing that we are all infinite parts of the same whole, meaning one can't do it without the other, meaning you need all the polarities here. You need the dark, the light, heaven, hell, masculine, feminine, sun and moon, angel, demon, okay? Whatever you want to call it. We're talking about the yin and the yang here. So yes, there are people who are using this term incorrectly. Please, people, define stuff. Look shit up. Stop just using this term and throwing it around. And here's another thing that pisses me off too. For a lot of feminists, okay, feminists who say that they're fighting for women's rights, okay, are trying to aggressively bully their way into certain positions. We can't equalize or balance the scales by bullying, or what else? Trying to force people to respect you or respect us, whatever demographics you're a part of, whether you're a male or female, or you non-binary, non-gender, whatever you want to call yourself, okay? You cannot force anybody to accept you or like you or love you. I like to liken this to trying to force somebody to be in a relationship with you. You're in a relationship with somebody and you're trying to force them to value you. You're trying to force them to respect you. You're trying to force them to stay with you. That's not how this shit works. Everybody has free will. I firmly believe that we cannot get rid of racism or discrimination. I firmly believe that we cannot get rid of hate, racism, or discrimination. As you can see in the state of the world, we've been fighting the same race wars since the dawn of time. We've been fighting the same bias war since the dawn of time. And what I firmly believe is that we're fighting the wrong war, because people have free will not to like you. But here's where we draw the line. If somebody's hate for you based on your sex, based on your skin color, based on your creed, based on your economic status, based on whatever it is, if somebody's dislike of you causes them to want to commit crimes against you, causes them to try to create and devise systems to keep you broke, stuck, or stagnant, then that is where we get involved, because now you're committing a crime. That means you are not, number one, in control of your emotions. And that means, number two, you're not in control of your mind. You lack mental health and you lack emotional intelligence. So I'm not upset that you want to hate me based on the color of my skin, or based on the fact that I'm a woman, or based on the fact of who my parents are, where I was raised. You can hate me for any reason you deem necessary. But if your hate starts to blur your decision making, if your hate causes you to want to try to devise systems and schemes to block me, to keep me stuck, to keep me stagnant, to keep me from not receiving a promotion, to keep me from not entering into a workplace, to keep me from holding a position of power, now that is a crime. Now we've got a fucking problem. Does that make sense? So that is kind of what I wanted to shed light on, you all. Look up the word feminist. It has nothing to do with dismissing men, and I hear even very intelligent people, or people seemingly intelligent in positions of power. They've been they're on C-SPAN, they're on CNN, they're invited to NBC, ABC, they're invited to these very powerful talks, and they're saying stuff like, they don't support feminist movements. And I understand they probably don't support feminist movements, because feminist movements, for the majority, have lost its je ne sais quoi of why they were created. People who um, calling themselves feminists these days are angry at men. A lot of them are, right? A lot of them are against men because, for the majority, a lot of the women who are part of feminist movements are of the LGBTQIA communities, and they really don't like men. I'm not saying all LGBTQ women don't like men. I'm just saying the majority do not and do have something against men. And so when people see these women out here marching and protesting, they think that this is what the feminist movement is made up of angry women who hate men. That's not what this was created for, okay? The feminist movement was created based on women wanting to be able to hold certain positions in corporate America, whatever, wanted to be able to work, who wanted to be able to vote, who wanted to have autonomy over their bodies. There were some women who were being forced into marriage who wasn't ready to marry. There were women being forced to marry certain people they didn't love. They were in love with somebody else and wanted to marry them, and their families say, "Hell no, you won't marry them because they're a sharecropper. You're gonna marry this person over here so we can get money in our family." So women started to fight for these. That's what women rights were, meaning I want to be able to love who I want to love. I want to be able to go to school and be educated. I want to be able to choose whether I was ready to be a mom or not. Yeah, that's what I want to be able to run for office, and not be discriminated against because I'm a woman. I want to be able to run for office and really be taken seriously based on my skill, on my intellect, on my emotional intelligence, on my mental health. I want it to be taken seriously to know that I can do this, that I can handle this position. So that's what it was created to do, but it has lost its flair and a bunch of angry women. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being angry either. I do believe that there's such a thing as righteous anger, but anger has to be channeled and directed in a certain way to where we can actually work together to get things done. Okay, it was never supposed to be a fight against men. It's supposed to be a a fight for yourself. And anybody, whether that be a man or woman, who comes against you based on your avatar, that isn't a feminist issue or a race issue or a bias issue. That is a mental illness issue, and that's really what we need to address. Aleri says, thanks for clearing it up. It's a shame most arguments against feminism online won't actually discuss the philosophy of feminism. I agree, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, Larry, to bring this to light. So please do share this live with folks. Let them know that we just need to get back to the basics. We need to get back to the basics and define and look shit up for ourselves. Because a lot of the times, Larry, what I found is that people just get a part of these debates and arguments, and they're listening to what everybody's saying on the news or C-SPAN or CNN, and you're getting your information and your knowledge from what other people are saying as opposed to looking it up yourself, and as opposed to following your own inner intuition or your own inner GPS about what it is that you're reading. We can't just listen to people's arguments and because listen, when you're listening to people's arguments, you're getting their personal opinions about stuff as opposed to what it really is. Okay, so I say look the stuff up and then follow your own intuition about what it says to you, what it says for you. But thank you so much for saying that, Illyri. Will you please share this video? Share this video and let people know, they need to hear this. For the people that you feel need to hear this, share it with them, Illyri, okay? Are you subscribed here, by the way? Are you subscribed? If you're not, I hope that I've gained your subscription. And I'm so warm, y'all. I feel like I'm about to start sweating. It's 71 degrees here, but I was so cold when I left my place. So I got on long sleeve, long socks and stuff. So thank you, Illyri. So I'm going to end this live. It looks like somebody else joined in, but if you're just joining in, I'm sorry that you missed this round, but you can go ahead and play it back. And if what I say resonates with you, please come on this side and go ahead and subscribe. And just thank you for being here. And let me know what else you guys want me to talk about next. What other types of philosophies you want me to break down and just dive into, okay? I appreciate you all. Thanks so much. I'm going to get out here and get some hiking done. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks, Illyri. Ciao for now.